Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can't sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca. If you are new here, we are super new to gardening, so we have finally made it to the point with our third round of seedlings. We are putting them into raised beds. We have quite a bit of property in the backyard, so this is the very start of our kind of raw land, if you will, and quite a bit of it my husband and I have dedicated to our garden. So this is the very beginning, and I'm super excited to finally get to this point. Our seedlings, if you haven't watched any of our previous videos, I have just a few videos on my channel just to kind of document what we're going through, and it'll be fun to look back on. We recently lost our walnut tree, so I have watched quite a few videos, and I put quite a bit of the clippings from the tree. It was really large. In the bottom of the bed. This was to, one, save on the amount of soil that we needed, and two, it will hopefully decompose and create sort of our own soil. If you can't tell, around us we have quite a bit of really rocky red clay soil, so I just kind of wanted to test the waters with the raised bed and see if it's something that we can maintain, and or how it will fare in this spot in our backyard, to see if the sunlight is sufficient, things like that. So I am just prepping the beds. I did get quite a bit of soil. I was looking for like earthworm castings and a different type of fertilizer. I did actually happen to come across this chicken manure, and I did talk to quite a different people, did a little bit of research, so I'm hoping that it will play out the way that I hope it will and provide a little bit of nutrients as the plants do get rooted into the beds. We started them in red solo cups, and we had them in the greenhouse for quite some time, so they've definitely outgrown the red solo cups, and I don't want them to get root bound. So it was the perfect day. It was pretty gloomy outside, even though it looks really sunny. It was pretty gloomy, a little bit windy, and they have been hardening off outside for about 3 weeks, so I think that they're ready. Hopefully they will survive this transplant. So I just made sure that I mixed everything well. I got rid of any of the larger sticks that were sticking out that would get in the way of the plants. And we got these garden beds, I want to say 2 months ago at Costco. It was a 2-pack for like $65, so it was an amazing deal. And they do have dividers. I forget what it's called, but it's a planting method, so it's great for beginners, and I appreciate that, one, because it's perfectly squared off, and two, I know each plant will have its own space. Based off quite a bit of the research that I did, one of the channels I do love, and if you've been around and you've watched some of my gardening videos, you know that I love Roots and Refuge, is Jessica Sowers and her husband Jeremiah. They provide amazing information. I did go ahead and actually purchase the book, and I believe that her channel and the book is the reason why we got to this point. I did have to purchase some marigolds, and this basil plant fell over. Did not survive the drive home. It was pretty hot the day before. It fell over in the wind. So I know that I can bring it back, so I'm just going to split it up. I did actually find one that had 3 different plant sprigs in it, so I was super excited. I got 3 for the price of 1. I did loosen them up quite a bit before I pulled them out. I didn't really disturb the roots as much, unless I did see that they were completely root bound inside the cup, but it was just getting to the point where the tomatoes and the peppers were completely outgrowing the spaces in the cups, as you can see. So I'm hoping that these plants will survive this transplant. Again, I'm super excited. We are still super new, so if you have any suggestions, don't forget to leave them in the comment. I would love to know any tips or tricks that you have starting off with getting your transplants to survive, especially in the summer heat. It is crazy, so I'm hoping that they don't become stunted or just completely die. We're very dedicated to continuing this process, so I'm excited to see where this goes for us, and hopefully we'll be able to harvest some. If not anything, we'll be able to harvest, a lot of the kale and or tomatoes. My house, we serve tomatoes with every meal. So just a start, you have to start somewhere, and this is where we're starting. So if you like this kind of video, don't forget to subscribe. We will be updating as often as we can how our garden is looking and the future garden plans. I would love to have you stick around. Don't forget to say hello, and I'll catch you in the next video.